Okay, so we're going to discuss today about mythbusters, if you like, about shafts. You know, when someone comes in for a fit, probably one of the most popular questions is, oh, will a lighter shaft help me create more club head speed? The answer to that is no, not necessarily. You'll find that some guys and girls are better with a heavier shaft that creates more load and more hit at the bottom. Equally though, there are lots of people that do benefit from lighter shafts. That's why guys like Nippon make shaft weights from sort of 67 grams to 135 grams. Within that spectra, hopefully we'll find something that's going to work for you. But the key is to be consistent in terms of ball speed delivery as well as club head speed. Anyone can get it to swing it quicker. It's about being efficient and in that window of launch, spin, smash, that whole sort of package, if you like, to make it as tight as you can. Remember, an iron shot is about control. It's not about distance, although in the modern world, hitting it further is obviously really important, but you've got to be under more control. Another one that's a real thing is like, what's the kick point in the shaft? It's like, well, it can be mid, it can be low, it can be high, but the thing about it is where do you want it? What do you want to do with a ball flight? Some guys, like Eduardo Marrero, years ago, used to trap it, and he had a soft tip, which normally hits it high, but actually, guess what? He hit it like bullet. So it all depends on what you do with the delivery system, i.e. how you get into contact, as to how you deliver it. Another one that's really quite popular is what's the torque in the shaft? It's like, really? A steel shaft, roughly, if you want a rule of thumb, is about half graphite or a bit more than that. So anywhere between, say, 1.8 and 2 degrees of torque is about right. Obviously, the lighter the shaft, the more it has a bit of play in it. But again, it's how you deflect it. You know, so you can be a big, strong guy, but actually you don't create a lot of pressure on the shaft. Analogy I like to use on sort of torque and speed is that imagine you've got a waterfall or a tap being turned, and one's got a short blast and one's got a long, slow turn. At the bottom, it's the same speed, but which one's got more pressure, the little short twist or the longer, slower turn? The short twisting one's going to need more pressure. That's why sometimes you might go up in flex even, or might go up in weight. So with that longer, slower swing, you might find that that person, like creating the same speed at contact, will need probably a lighter shaft. It's what we call a ramp swing and a peak swing. Where you load the shaft creates really important in terms of deflection and what weight you should be using. Another one that's a really interesting one is I've got a slow swing, should I be using steel shafts? Well, now that you've got this almost like this grey zone, years ago, back in the day, you had a fishing rod that was called graphite, and you had a poker that was called steel, and the two never met. Now you've got this almost miraging over effect where you get graphite now that's really heavy and steel that's really light. So in between those is where, you know, it's like it's just an ocean of shafts. So finding which one works for you is unbelievably important, and testing is crucial because you'll feel it. It feels like it loads and unloads. Those of you out there who are looking at shafts and saying, which one do I have? All I would say to you is when you swing it, it's got to load on the way back, it's got to unload on the way down. And that unloading is going to give you that contact and that ball speed efficiency and smash factor, however you want to measure it. But all I would say to you out there, if you're going to look at this as a self-learning or self-medication type scenario, is try and find a shaft that feels like you can feel where the club head is, you can feel where the shaft is, you can feel when it loads, and more importantly when it unloads. If it feels dead, you're probably either got too much weight or too much flex in there.